everyone, and welcome to another recorder lesson. Today we have a special guest. Casper's granny insisted on joining us for a recorder lesson, so I decided to bake her a cake. In fact, I've been thinking of baking a cake for one of our recorder lessons anyway. So, shall we join them? Hello, Miss Piggy, Casper, and Casper's granny. Welcome. Look what I made for our special guest.
Ooh, a chocolate cake! Ah, I love cakes, especially chocolate cake. Oh, how lovely! Casper, do you always get cake at your recorder lesson? You didn't mention anything about cakes. No, this is the first recorder lesson with a cake. I wonder why.
Well, there are two reasons. First, we have a special guest. And the second reason is because we can use cakes to revise what we have learnt about notes. Miss Piggy, weren't you dreaming about cakes in the previous lesson?
Oh, yes. I think that cakes in Noteland are made up of whole notes.
Exactly. So, I thought we could talk about notes using a chocolate cake over a cup of tea. Granny, would you like to have a cup of tea?
Yes, please. A cup of tea is always welcome. But what does the cake have to do with notes?
Let me explain. Miss Piggy here was thinking of big, round, yummy cakes in Noteland. Well, what we have here is one whole cake. But there are 4 of us, which means only one of us can have the cake. So what do we have to do?
We cut it.
Yes, we cut it. I will cut it into 2 equal halves. How many pieces do we have now?
2 pieces.
Doesn't that remind you of something to do with notes?
Oh, I think I know. While Grandpa Tortoise takes one long-lasting step, a step that lasts as long as 4 counts, Granny takes 2 steps. So, her 2 steps equal one of Grandpa's whole note steps. Like the 2 half pieces of the cake over here make a whole cake. That reminds me of fractions we learnt about at school.
Very clever, Casper. I'm impressed that you can see the connection. Granny's steps, slowly, slowly, or step, swing, last 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2 is half of 4. Am I right?
Ah, yes, that is like sums. 2 plus 2 equals 4. One dong note plus another dong note, or slowly note, takes as long as Grandpa's whole note.
Exactly, Miss Piggy. So we also call the dong note a half note. But that brings me back to our 2 half pieces. We still don't have enough pieces for everyone. We are 4 people. So what do we do now?
I know how to solve that problem. If we cut each of those half pieces in half again, we will have 4 pieces. 4 quarter pieces of cake. But I am the only gentleman here. Please make sure they are all the same size. I wouldn't want to have to take the smallest piece.
Very clever, Casper. You are quite the mathematician. When we divide a cake up into 4 pieces, we call one of those pieces a quarter. So we have 4 quarters in a whole cake, or 2 quarters in half a cake. So, can anyone tell me which notes are called quarter notes?
Oh, I think I know. When Granny Tortoise took 1 step, Mommy Tortoise took 2 steps. Click, click, walk, walk. Which means that while Grandpa Tortoise takes 1 whole long step, Mommy Tortoise takes 4 steps. Click, 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 click. Am I right?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Miss Piggy. Our hop or walk notes are also known as quarter notes. In fact, hop or walk is my name for them. I think these quarter pieces, are still too big for our plates. So I shall cut each quarter piece in half again, like this. How many pieces are we going to have when I cut each quarter piece in half again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. And we call one piece an eighth. And can anyone guess which notes we call eighth notes?
The only notes that are left are the running notes.
So, Casper, tell us what you did when you were visiting your granny.
This cake tastes good. Oh, we had a lovely time together. Didn't we, Granny? Yes, we had a lot of news to catch up on. And Casper was telling me all about his recorder lessons. Which reminds me, while we were enjoying Granny's cake and chatting, we were interrupted by her cuckoo clock. A cuckoo clock? What is a cuckoo clock? Oh, it is my favorite type of clock, and I always love to watch the cuckoo when I'm visiting my granny. It is a clock shaped like a house that hangs on the wall, and just under the roof of that little house is a little door. When it is 1 o'clock, this little door opens and a cuckoo pops out and calls cuckoo once. When it is 2 o'clock, the cuckoo pops out of his little door and calls cuckoo, cuckoo twice. And at 3 o'clock, the door opens and the cuckoo pops out calling cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo 3 times. And Miss Piggy, can you guess how many times the cuckoo clock calls when it is 12 o'clock? 12 cuckoo calls? Yes, and that brings me to my question. Granny and I were wondering if one can play cuckoo on the recorder.
Ah, Casper, I love your question because that gives me an opportunity to teach you a new note. The new note that I am going to teach you today starts with a k, like cuckoo. The curly k, as the children at school know it. If you're older, you know it as the C. Well, why I call it the cuckoo note is because when we play it on the recorder, we have to lift the top finger up like the door opening for the cuckoo clock. So you can remember when I play the K or the C, I have to open the top door. And when we have the K, the C note, then we can play cuckoo, like this. All you do is you open the door for the K and then you close it for 2.
Oh, how exciting, Casper! We have learnt a new note. Yes, curly K or C for cuckoo. Like your clock, Granny.
The cuckoo call always reminds me of our walks in the forests of Germany when I was a child. We would play a game with the cuckoo. When we heard a cuckoo calling among the trees, we would sing, "Cuckoo, tell me please, have you counted all the trees?" Then we would wait for his answer and count how many times he called cuckoo. If the cuckoo called cuckoo, 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 that meant that he had counted 3 trees. Granny, I think that would be the perfect song to practice the new note C. May we use it for this lesson's homework? Yes, of course you may. Well, here it is. Just to make sure that you know exactly when to play the new note C or curly K, we will call it C or K for cuckoo. Remember, when you play the cuckoo note, or C, as we will call it, you have to still keep your thumb at the back closed. You must close the second hole and open the door to the first hole or top hole as if a cuckoo wants to pop out. Our song for this week only has 2 notes. The new note C or curly K and the 2 for which you need to close your top hole again so that you have 2 holes at the front closed again. So all you do is close your top 2 holes. When you see the new note C or curly K, you open your top hole like the door to the cuckoo clock. And when you play the other note, you just close the door or the top hole again for 2 fingers. This is how the song should sound. When you have finished the song, you can play a few cuckoo calls on your recorder as if you were the cuckoo calling in the woods, maybe like this. Did you manage to count how many trees the cuckoo counted? Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoy your new note and your new song. See you next time.